been to help you out, to give you a platform where we can actually, gear you all up to take part in this program. So another 2 minutes and I think we will be ready to start off. We're just waiting for a few more participants. Today we have participants from many schools, from Hyderabad, from Delhi, from Mumbai, all over the country. So it's really, it feels good that, the world, the place, the distances no longer matter.
Right, ma'am, that the distance doesn't matter, and the Atmanirbhar scheme that was the Atmanirbhar Bharat that is being promoted by our government, Modi government, definitely it is for every one of us. We all can be a part of it. We all can become self-reliant, and we all can contribute some way or the other in creating, in doing production or economic activities. And yes, we can provide employment also if we are entrepreneurs to if we can provide employment opportunities to others. We can set up our own organizations, and then through that we can do some kind of social welfare as well. So in some way or the other, we are trying to fulfill our social responsibilities as well, along with the motive of earning profit. So it's a like being an entrepreneur. Yes, it does involve taking risk. It does involve a lot of efforts. You need to put in a lot of time, hard work. But yes, I'm sure that once you get into earning profits, or even if you don't earn profits, you'll have some kind of satisfaction that yes, I did employ these many number of people, and they were working with me as a team, and I paid salary to them. Their family was like some way or the other, you feel that so socially and economically you helped some people along with yourself. For yourself, you are getting the things done, and you are setting up your organization. So in
Absolutely.
yes, in some way or the other, I want all of you, I mean, it's not possible for everyone, but yes, all of you can try at least for doing some kind of business on your own. Let it be small business, it doesn't matter, but try to do something on your own, so that you don't need to depend. And where a lot of people, they lost their jobs, they are not getting new jobs. In that case, if you have an alternate source of earning, it is always very good. It's always a good support, financial, economical, all the ways you can support your family. Emotionally, you'll be confident. So that will create confidence in you if you have alternate sources. And as I told you, if you have some skill, you try to develop that skill, and then based on that you decide that what you want to do in future, which kind of business you want to take up.
Okay, I think we're good to go. We will start now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So okay,
Okay.
ma'am, I'll share my screen with every one of you. So
Anju ma'am, just a second.
okay.
Okay. Once
Yes,
again,
ma'am.
a very good evening and welcome to all the students and mentors of the various schools who've joined us today. And one small request to all the mentors, if you can please add mentor to your name, because we'll be conducting a breakout room activity very shortly. And we would like the students to participate. Of course, you can if you wish to, but if you add mentor, then you can be with us and we'll have some fun together while the students go into the breakout room. So I request all the mentors who've joined us from various schools to please add mentor to the name. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Anju ma'am, over to you. Anju ma'am is going to lead us on this program, Nirmaan Business Plan Competition, a program which has been initiated by Green Treasure's One Stop Souvenir Shop, which is a student-led enterprise run by Meridian School, Madhapur, Hyderabad, under the School Enterprise Challenge. Over to you, Anju ma'am.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. Good evening, all the guests, all the students, whoever are participants, or even if you're not participating, some way, directly or indirectly, you have associated with us, you are related to us for at least because of this competition, we are getting chance to interact with each other. So as you know that we have organized this competition called as Business Plan Competition 2020. Basically, the idea was to promote entrepreneurship because we have World Entrepreneurs Day on 21st of August, International Entrepreneurs Day, and that's the reason we thought that in order to um, celebrate that particular day and promote entrepreneurship, we thought of organizing this kind of contest where even school students can participate. Yes, these kind of uh, competitions do take place in colleges and for the higher levels, but this time we thought why not we organize it for school students as well, let them also learn, because for being entrepreneurship you don't need any specific being an entrepreneur you don't need any specific age. Ideas can develop anytime at any age. Yes, execution might take some time, but since you're all a part of it, I'm just going to give you a kind of formal introduction relating to what exactly business plan means. Okay, and this in today's session, our learning objectives will be focusing on these four things. That is, what is meant by a business plan, its meaning and definition, what are the various types of business plans that we have. We are going to identify the essential elements of a business plan, and then what are the formats of business plan. So one of the key format is elevator speech. That's why I have mentioned it here. There are different four formats. I'm going to explain all of them one by one. And before I session with all of you, we will have a breakout room in which all of you will be divided into a group of four people. Okay. uh, um, I hope everyone can hear me. So all of you will be divided into small groups of four people, and you have to give a brief introduction about yourself. What's your name, you're from which school, and what's your favorite food and why. Just have an informal discussion. I'm not going to be there, ma'am is not going to be there. You all can have just a kind of icebreaker introduction session between yourself. Those will be small groups. So I will request Sirisha ma'am to please help out in the participants to the breakout room, and then we will formally start.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, I'll do that.
Thank. After 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you will be back. You will be given the option to be back to the main room. I will not be having access. You can discuss formal introduction among you.
Yeah, I can see students being joined in the breakout rooms.
Dia Langalia, is she a mentor
Yes,
or a teacher?
that's nice. Okay, those people who are here, I assume, they should be the mentors. Yeah. Miss Kalpana Patel, you joined us from? Okay. Ma'am, still there? Okay.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to unmute myself. Yeah, I'm from Mumbai,
Uh-huh.
St. John Universal School.
Oh, great.
Gurgaon.
Kalpana,
Yeah.
ma'am. It's good to have your students with us today.
Yes, yes. They are from, we have taken this special permission for ninth standard. My ninth standard student have joined.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. We thought, why, not give them an opportunity to learn? Let them explore.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Right. And in fact, even Miss Mridula is here from Delhi. St. John's Universal School, Shivani schools, these schools have been our partners in School Enterprise Challenge. We've had and there have been times, in fact, we had students from St. John's Universal School Mumbai visiting Hyderabad. They were on an excursion trip and we had the opportunity to meet them, so they came to our school.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay
Yes.
out there. Yeah.
They share with me the the way you presented, and they happy to share all the things, all the information, and then they were just asking me, we will also to follow the same the business plan, or we will try to explore more things.
Right. Any other mentors from any other school would like to share anything? Please go ahead. What do you think about this competition that we have, conducted? We started that. Of course, Anju ma'am shared the objective of the competition, but it's like a kind of first time for grade 11 and 12. So, what do you feel about it? Miss Hetal is also a mentor, I see. Uh,
I have unmuted them.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Anu from Phoenix Greens, Kokapet, ma'am.
oh, good evening, ma'am. Welcome.
Actually, one of my student is trying to get in, but for some reason she is not able to get into the meeting. So she is waiting outside. I don't know what to do.
Please tell us her name. We'll get her.
Bushra. Her name is Bushra.
And she's logged in by that name, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't see anyone in the waiting room, ma'am.
She is trying. I don't know from the other side. She is giving me a call and she is saying that they are not letting me, and that's what she says. So I asked her. Yes, ma'am.
Request her to log in once again.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'll just inform.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. This is Miss Hetal.
Yes.
Yeah, this is from Miss Hetal, St. John's Universal School, Mumbai.
Very good evening. Good.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for such a great initiative. It's really a good opportunity for all the students, and even we being as a teacher, get to learn so many things from all such competition. So thank you so much for organizing. Thanks a lot.
Our pleasure, Ms. Hetal. It's wonderful to see you all encouraging and motivating students to take part in it.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Convey my regards to Shalini ma'am.
Yeah.
Short notice.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, I see the students back.
Yes.
Good. I hope you all have introduced yourselves and now you know who you are going to be working with. And we will go ahead with the presentation, and then you will get one more opportunity to make new friends and work with them. So this is not just about, learning what a business plan is. This is also about making friends across the country and working together. Anju ma'am, Sirisha ma'am, is Anju ma'am back out here?
I think she's joining back, ma'am. In their group, she joined in one of the groups to check on with the students. So she'll be
Okay,
back.
okay.
In 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, everyone will be back, ma'am.
Okay, great. That's nice. Okay, that's fun. Any child who would like to share about what do you feel about taking part on this business plan competition can request for an unmute.
They can raise their hand so that I can unmute.
Yes, anybody who would like to speak, please raise your hand, and Sirisha ma'am is going to unmute. Yes, Varun.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, Anju ma'am is back with us. Anju ma'am, we will proceed with the remaining part of it, and then let them get another opportunity to work together. You need to unmute, Anju ma'am.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, so we are back now. So students, the first thing, as I told you, that out of the 4 learning objectives that we have for today, the first one is we need to understand what is a business plan. So first, like all of you should know what is a plan. So when we do plan, it means we are deciding something in advance, that what we are going to do, what is the thing, or like if I can give you an example. Like if you have a party tomorrow to attend, then you are definitely going to plan out that, okay, which dress I'm going to wear, what gift, if it's a birthday party, then which gift I'm going to give to the person, something like that. You're going to decide. At least for the dress you will plan out that, okay, this is what I'm going to wear. So that's a kind of plan which you do for the next day. Similarly, we all do plans every day. Morning we all decide, okay, today I'm going to sit for studies, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that, today evening I will go and play. So whenever you decide something in advance that what you are going to do, that is basically a plan. And when we do it, every one of us do it in our regular life. Nobody is an exception. Everybody, whether they are younger age or middle age or senior citizens, anybody, all of them, they do plan. People do planning in different ways. So for organizations, because they want to earn profit, they want to maximize their returns, they want to maximize their wealth, in that case they also need to plan. So whenever a business organization prepares a plan, it is called as a business plan. But when you talk about a formal definition, it's basically a comprehensively written document that defines the goals of the business and describes how it will attain those goals. So the 2 key points that you have over here is goals of the business and how it will attain those goals. So you have to, when you do plan, you set your goals, and then you see that how I am going to achieve that goal. So in case when you are in when you were in 10th grade, that time your goal might have been to score 90 percentage or 80 percentage or whatever it is, relating to scores, because board classes are very important for us. So that time your goal was something else. Now you're in 11th grade, your goal might be different. So people have different goals. Same way organizations also set up goals on the basis of time. So sometimes the goals could be quarterly goals, half yearly goals, annual goals. Like we want to achieve a 10% increase in our sales, something like that. So those kind of goals are established. And how we are going to achieve that goal, achieve those goals, if an organization wants to increase its sales by 10% in next 6 months, what steps will it take to achieve those goals? deciding that what we have to do, what is my goal, and how I'm going to achieve that goal. That is what business plan talks about. So when you prepare a formal business plan, it's a comprehensively written document. You write all the details relating to it. Specifically, you mention the objectives. You specify in that comprehensively written down document. You mention the budget also, that how much money you're going to invest or spend. You engage partners if needed. You can have some partners also. The organization can have some partners also, and then they can anticipate problems. When you plan, you can anticipate some problems, at least to some extent, that okay, if this problem arises, what I will do, or if we have shortage of funds in business, how we are going to manage it. So those are the things. So overall, when you say, it's a written document where you define your goals, where the business organization defines the goals and describes the various steps by which those goals will be achieved. Okay, now depending upon the business and its intended use, you have different categorizations or types of business plans. First type of business plan that you have is called as, it's called as mini business plan, where you there is a less emphasis on critical details. You don't give too much details. It's just a kind of miniature version of your entire business plan. Normally business plans, they range from 25 pages to 40 pages, 100 pages also, if you want to give too much details. Then however, when I say, yes ma'am.
Anjuma, would you like to share your screen here?
My screen is not shared.
No.
Okay, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
because, no, that's okay, because I think we came back from the breakout rooms.
I thought that it's being shared. Oh, that's surprising. I'll just share it.
Anupama ma'am, you will have to unmute.
Okay, students. So do you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now it's visible.
Okay, so students, I thought that all of you are seeing this screen. It's okay. So as I told you, that's when you talk about business plan, it's a comprehensively written down document which defines the goals of the business, and it describes that how you're going to achieve those goals, what steps you're going to take, what will be your step 1, what will be your step 2. Like that, you identify all the steps, and then finally you implement those steps, you execute those steps. That comes to the execution part. Initially you do the planning, where everything is going on either in your mind or on the papers. All the paperwork or the thing that you are planning to, it's all going on in your mind or on papers. When you actually execute it, that is implementation stage. So right now, today, as I told you, we are going to discuss only about business plan. So when we talk about business plan, we have different categorizations. So there is one thing called as mini business plan, where you try to give less details, or you try to present the miniature version of your business plan, which could be 3 to 5 pages, not more than that, where you just try to present your idea, and somehow you try to attract the investor or the reader, whoever is reading your business plan. You try to attract them, you try to uh, uh, get their attention. Okay, so you try to highlight as you try to highlight the best possible things in your business plan in a mini plan. Okay, then there is something called as working plan. When you talk about working plan, it has little bit more details, and these are used on a continuous basis for regular business operations and progress. And then you have something called as presentation plans. So when you're going to present your business plan to someone, there you have presentation plans. You can present it to bankers, you can present it to venture capitalists. So that is presentation plan. And how do we present a business plan? For that, we are going to have one more slide. Now, this is one type of categorization of business plan. However, from business point of view, if you see, another, there is one more categorization where you have something called as summary business plan, or it's the same thing what I told you, but here you have a little bit more details. So summary business plan, full business plan, and then operational business plans. So summary business plans are basically your mini business plans. Here I have given the page limit as 10 to 15 pages. Normally in business organizations, 10 to 15 pages is kind of mini only, but for students, the mini version is just 3 to 5 pages is more than enough. Okay. In real organization, in practical or empirical world, if you go, it is normally 10 to 15 pages is considered as a miniature version or mini plan, mini business plan. Then you have something called as full business plan, where you have 25 to 30 pages, which 25 to 35 pages, which gives all the details. Too much of details are given, which helps you in getting the funding done for your idea. It is also called as the blueprint for the company's operations. And then the last category that you have is where you have further too much details relating to all the functions, primary, internal auditing and all. So here, since too much depth is there, so the length is also high. It ranges from 40 pages to 100 pages. Our concentration will only be the minimal plan. As students, you have to present only 3 to 5 pages, not more than that. Okay. So these are the various types of plans that I told you. Now we move on to the next point. That is next thing that all of you should know, that why we should prepare a business plan. What is the need for business plan? As a student, because you're competing, that is one thing, that here your objective is competition. But in general, why do organizations prepare business plan? You all should know that is that they have certain points of importance for business plan. The first point of importance is to attract investors, where outsiders, mm, or maybe sometimes insiders as well. The outsiders means like your um, uh, bankers or other financial institutions. They can give you loans, so you can have sometimes investors from other organizations who are ready to invest into your business. To attract them, they have to be convinced that if they are investing some money in your business, are they going to get sufficient returns or not? Okay, so that is the first thing. When they look at your business plan, since you're giving the details of your idea, the details of the possible returns from that idea, what can be the benefit that you can get from that idea, then they are ready to invest into your company. The next point of importance is to see, um, yeah, so the next point of importance that we have is to see that the business plan will work. So when we do see, we do have a lot of plans, but when we actually make a plan, when we write down the plan, then we get to know actually whether the idea is going to work or not. And there are certain steps in business plan where we do feasibility analysis. And when we do feasibility analysis, we compare the costs and benefits associated with that idea. And then we see whether our cost is exceeding or benefits are exceeding. Based on that, we select the idea. So whether the business idea is going to work or not, this is the second point of importance we get to know with the business plan. Then it gives the outline, to outline each area of business. So you have, in business organizations, you have different areas or functional areas. They are called as like marketing, finance, operations, human resource. So all those areas of business, they are covered up in detail. So when you prepare your business plan, you will have some sub parts or sub business plans. When I tell you the component, there you will see that you under each business plan we have financial plan, marketing plan, HR plan, organizational plan. So like that, you have different components of business plan. So each area of business gets covered up. Then it helps in setting up milestones. As I told you, business plan is setting objectives and then deciding the steps that we are going to take up. So it helps us in setting up the milestones that we have to achieve, that at this particular point of time or on this particular date, by this particular date, we should be able to do this work. Okay, so that is milestone setting. And then it also helps us to learn about the market. Because if we have some idea, we are going to offer it to people, we are going to offer it to customers through a channel. Those channels are usually markets, they could be virtual markets as well. However, when you start working on a business idea, then you do get to know that what is the market situation. Because sometimes you do market research as well, where we try to see that what is the expected requirements of people, what do customers need. We try to identify that from market, we try to see that what exactly people want. if I have an idea, I should see whether people will accept that idea or not. So we also learn about the market. Then it helps in getting additional funding or loan. As I told you, it helps you in attracting investors, but at the same time, they give you funds also. They give you loans as well. Then it helps in determining the financial needs, that how much money do I need for my particular idea, for implementation of my particular idea, how much money I need as initial investment, and then the continuation of business, how much money further I need as running capital or working capital. So in this case, it helps you in estimating that how much is your financial need, and how much money you have on your own, and how much you have to get from outsiders or insiders. Then it also helps you in attracting top level people, because when you prepare your business plan, you try to contact many people, you try to contact people with high people of having higher authority, and then sometimes you try to get people for your own organization, who can manage the entire setup or the industry that you want to set up. So you get top level people through business plans, and then you can monitor your business using business plan. You can see that whatever I planned, is it actually working. So planning is always done in advance, so as the time passes on with that plan, we can compare whether we achieved the objective that we had, whether we achieved the milestones that we had as per timings. So we can monitor our progress also. And then the last point of importance is to devise contingency plan. So in case of emergency or in case of unexpected events, so what we should be doing, what we'll be doing. Like right now we have COVID-19 global pandemic situation. Now this kind of situation was something which was unexpected, which was kind of business organizations, they did not expect that people might face this kind of lockdown for so long duration, where a lot of industrial setups are facing problems, their production capacities are not up to the full utilization. So those, you have to be ready for that, those as well. And so depending upon your business plan, you need to see that who is your audience. So and if my audience is, so if an organization can have two types of audiences. Either those audiences could be internal, that is their own employees, or they can be the investors or the external stakeholders. So depending upon them, when you are preparing a business plan just for your internal firm's employees, then in that case you need a clearly written business plan that can help employees understand that what we are doing and why we are doing. Then when we talk about investors and other external stakeholders, those audiences, because they are outsiders, we have to present them in the best possible manner. We have to explain them. We have to give a good usage. We have to explain them in the best possible manner. Okay, so here this particular the matrix that you have, the diagram that you have here, you see the audiences are of two types: the firm's own employees and the outsiders. When you do it for your own employees, it is written in clearly written way, but when you do it for outsiders, you have to make sure that good use of investors funds are highlighted in that. Okay, now the most important part of this particular workshop, this is the crux of your entire workshop. This should be the major takeaway for your session of today. So these are the 10 elements of your business plan. Now, before I explain each of these elements, I want to tell you that these are the 10 elements that are needed, usually present in big organizations business plans. Okay, as students, since we are like just having some idea and we are going to work on it, so you might not have all the business plan. And in fact, if it's a service organization, it might not have the operational plan because there is no factory. It might not have a production plan because there is no factory involved. So depending upon the business organization, its requirements, its goals, its nature, you have to see whether which component suits your business plan. Yes, definitely some components will be common, but there are some components which are not compulsory. which depend upon what is the nature of your business. So like executive summary, if we say, it is basically the summary of the business plan, that what you're going to do, what, how you're going to execute it, what is the possible return on it, and how much duration it will take to set up, how much duration it will take to get into no profit no loss situation, and from when we can get into profit level. Okay, so here you try to present the summary of the entire business. This is called as executive summary. Then you have something called as introductory or cover page, where you give the general information. This information contains the details about your uh, the entrepreneur or the person who has started the business, his details, or if there are partners, the details of the partners will be there. Then you will have some other details relating to what business they are going to set up, where it is, where is the expected headquarter, or where is the possible factory layout, with the location or the address of that possible factory layout. So all those things are there in the introductory cover page.
Anjuman,
Basically, yes ma'am.
Anjuman, can you please put up a slideshow, because they would, I think children would like to see all the components. The last three are getting hidden because of the screen.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
is it fine ma'am now?
No, just go to the.
No, I'm doing that, I did that.
Okay, okay.
I think you should be able to see now.
No, ma'am. And the bottom, there is
Now, yes. Acha.
no side panel will also be not shown, ma'am. Once you
Yeah, just go to slideshow. No, don't do that. Go to slideshow.
Okay,
Click on slideshow.
okay,
Yes. Click on it. Here
From
on the
current slide.
left, you say from current slide, the second icon.
okay.
Yes, just click on that. Yes. Thank you. Yes, better.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am. So now, as I was explaining you, the second component here, basically, the cover page, you give the details of the whatever skills he has, if he has any other business, or if there is a group of people who are starting up the business, then in that case they can have the details of all the major member, all the senior members, whoever are there. So the introductory cover page gives the general information about the owners of the business or the promoters of the business, and where will the office be located, what will be the headquarter, where will be the production area or the operational area, what will be the address. So that is basically uh, uh, covered up in your introductory cover page. Then the next component that you have is business concept or venture, where you where you try to give all the details relating to your product. Basically, when you say product, it means you're going to uh, actually introduce that what is the idea or what is the product that you are going to offer to people, why it is beneficial, why they should buy your product, what benefits you're providing to them, what unique selling proposition, what unique selling point you have for your product, why you are different from others, why should customers buy your product. So this is very important aspect of any business plan, where you try to give viability. That viability, when I say, is it going to be feasible or not, is it going to be beneficial, am I going to have too high cost, or am I going to have sufficient profit. So in this, when we do viability, we also do SWOT analysis. I'm going to have one more slide for SWOT analysis, and we'll have a short breakout room as well relating to SWOT analysis. But when we talk about business concept, here my point is, under business plan, you give, here you introduce your main idea, main product, its viability, whether it is going to be, here you talk about its financial performance, how it is going to be performing later on. Overall, cost benefit analysis you're going to do, and then you do the environmental analysis also, where you try to see what are the strengths of the business, what are the weaknesses of the business, what are the opportunities that are available, and what are the threats that the organization can have. Okay, the next thing that comes up is your organizational plan. So when you are planning to set up your organization, what will be the hierarchy of my organization? So if I want to set up a preschool, then I should have one principal, one coordinator who can look after all the activities, and then I can have some teachers who are going to take care, who will be the class teachers for nursery, LKG, UKG. So like that, you have to see that how many teachers we need, how many coordinators we need, how many if it's one single branch, you can have one principal, or maybe for multiple branches you can have one common principal, so something like that. Same way in another example could be uh, your own school as well. You can think of in your own school also, what is the hierarchical structure that you have. Similarly, in all the organizations, they do have top level managers, middle level managers, and lower level managers. So what is the organizational structure that we are going to have? There we discuss about the organizational plan. Then the thing comes up is production plan, where you're actually involved into any kind of physical production. There you talk about the planning of operations, that what kind of raw materials you need, how you're going to get them to your factory, how you're going to transfer the finished goods back to the customers, how you're going to what channel of distribution you're going to adopt. All those things you have to think. Then from whom you're going to buy, all those things relating to the production of to the operation of actual industrial operations works out here. So if it's a service industry, as I told you, not all the components are essential for all business organization. For a service industry, production plan will not be needed. So you have to see that what is your business plan, business idea. Based on that, you have to decide that which particular uh, component is suitable for my organization. The next component that you have is operational plan, where you try to see that the entire production activities in the factory are coordinated uh, properly. The flow of activities, or the flow of production activities is continuous, smooth, without any intermittences or without any bottlenecks. There is a continuous flow of production in the factory, no disturbance is there. So factory, whether they are lower levels, higher level, or middle level, whoever is involved in that factory, they all should coordinate and communicate properly. So that comes under operational plan. Then you have something called as human resource plan, where you try to plan up for building up further, how many I will be needing, how I'm going to appoint them. Am I going to give some advertisements in the newspaper to recruit people, or I'm going to contact any consultancy or placement agency? So I have to see from an entrepreneur point of view, I have to see that how I will get them, what should be their qualifications, what should be their skills and abilities. So all those things, here you talk about your human resource. That also includes your manpower planning, that how many people we need, what skills, what abilities, and how we are going to retain them, how much salary we are going to give it to them, what benefits we are going to offer to them. So all those are covered under human resource planning. Then you have something very important, this marketing plan. Without marketing plan, no business plan exists. Okay, marketing plan is one of the most important components of your business plan, because only if you do marketing, people will get to know about your product, they will get to know about the offers that you are having. Once they get to know about your product, they might go for buying it. If you don't do marketing, if you just come up with an idea, do entire planning properly, and you do everything properly, but if you don't let others know that you have a particular product or service, no one will get to know that you are there in market. So to be successful, you have to be seen in the market. You should be seen in the market means you can show yourself, you can showcase your products through marketing plan. And when I say marketing plan, this basically includes 4 P's of marketing, that is product, price, place, promotion. These are also called as marketing mixes on the over or 4 P's of marketing. So when you talk about product, you discuss, you have to give the details about your product, that what what quality of product you are offering, what are the ingredients or components of that product, what is the unique speciality for your product that you are offering, what are the variants, how many sizes you're offering, how many colors, what are the like in shampoos, let us take up an example of shampoos, like you have anti-dandruff shampoo, you have or hair fall control shampoos, you have normal shampoos, so like that. And then you have sachet packs, and then you have 100 ml 500 ml packs. So what all variants you're going to have for your product, that all is covered under product. Then comes your pricing, very important aspect, because customer will come and ask what is the price. If they feel that the quality is good enough to support the price, they might buy your product. Otherwise, if they feel that quality is not good, they might not be ready to accept the price that you are going to charge them. So when you do pricing, you have to be very careful, and especially in case of new products, try to have a penetration pricing strategy where to expand into market. Because at low prices, people generally, I mean normal middle class people or upper middle ones, they also have the tendency that if the price is low, we will go for buying. Sorry. But you have to make sure that the price should be attractive enough, people should be satisfying, customers should be satisfied that whatever price they are paying for a particular product or service, they are getting the return, they are getting the value for the price. Okay, so this has to be very strategic and very important component of your marketing plan. Then you need to think about the place. So when I say place, it means how after like where you are going to keep your materials, and how you're going to transport, how you're going to once your goods are ready, then how you're going to shift them from the place of production to the customers. So normally place includes your own warehouses could be there, you can take warehouses on lease as well. And then you need to think about place, that how transportation is going to take place. So like let me give you an example. If you talk about Maruti Suzuki company, that is located in Gurgaon. Okay, their manufacturing plant is in Gurgaon, but I hope all of you would have seen their cars being marketed through dealers across India. Everywhere, every city has Maruti Suzuki showrooms where dealers are offering the new latest models of cars. So how does the car from Gurgaon reaches that particular place in Chennai, or how does the car from Gurgaon reaches Assam? Through transportation means, through those big trawlers are being used for transportation. So when you talk about place, you need to think about warehousing and transportation of goods from the place of manufacturing into the hands of customers. So what channels of distribution you're going to take? I gave you one example of Maruti Suzuki. Similarly, if you talk about fast moving consumer goods or FMCGs, like you have your toothpaste, you can have your biscuits. These items, from the manufacturer they go to the wholesaler, and then from wholesaler they go to the retailer, and then from retailer retail outlets like Reliance and Heritage, and then this. What else, Reliance, Heritage, Big Bazaar, and all those through those retail outlets, or not only those big ones, even the nearby general store that you have, from there also people can buy um, goods. So that is the channel of distribution which comes under place. And finally, the last component is your promotion, which is the 4th P of marketing, which talks about these special short sales promotional schemes. So when I say special short sales promotional schemes, means you are going to have some special techniques, tactics that will increase your sales for a short duration, like giving 50% off, buy one get one free, okay, or the weekend offer. If you come to if you do shopping on weekend, we will give you this offer, something free. Or if you do shopping for 1000, we will give you cashback of 500, something like that. Some promotional schemes that can promote, that can increase the sales of the product for a short duration, that comes under promotion. Okay, then finally comes your second last component is financial plan, where you talk about the expected revenues that you can have from your business in next 1 month, 1 year, half year, quarterly, whatever basis you want. People do projections for sometimes 10 years also. They do projections for 5 years also. So you can just give a projection for 1 year or 2 year, that is also more than enough. But you have to always, because your ultimately your idea is to set up a business through which you can earn profit. So you have to always discuss about how much is the expected revenue that you can have, how much is the expected profit that you are planning to take up, what is the cost that you are going to incur, and what are the expected cash flows, how much cash you're going to get in and how much cash is going to move out from you. So that financial aspect has to be covered up, because whatever planning, whatever um, things or activities we are taking up, ultimately we are doing to maximize the wealth of the organization. So that can be done only through profit maximization. So profit maximization, when you talk about profit, you, that's a component of your financial plan. Last component is marketing. If you have done any kind of market survey, you can add the questionnaire of that market survey. Or if you have done any kind of research in market, you can put that as well. Sometimes, you have contracts with the dealers or the potential dealers. Those agreement copies or contracts can also be put up in the agreements, in the appendix. So these are the major components of business plan. The very important thing, as I told you, out of these 10 components, it is not compulsory to use all 10 of them. You have to see that what is your product or what is your service. Depending upon that, you decide that which component is needed for your business plan, and then you make up your business plan accordingly. Okay. uh, Now, I'm going to explain you a little bit about SWOT analysis, and then we will have a breakout room after this slide. So SWOT analysis, as I told you, it comes under your third element of business plan, where you talk about the viability of the business idea or the product that you're going to offer. So SWOT analysis is basically a strategic planning technique which is used uh, by organizations or even persons. Even me and you, everybody can use SWOT analysis for ourselves as well. So organizations, they use it to identify their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats that are related to the business competition or project planning, whatever the strength the organization has. So here, let me give you an example of SWOT for Starbucks. You know the Starbucks company, I hope all of you know. So for the Starbucks company, the strengths are like, it has a very strong brand image. It has been financially performing excellently in from last several decades. It has a global expansion in supply chain. Across the globe, you will find its coffee houses. And then quality and standardization is there. All its products are highly, I mean, they are of high quality. That's why, and they follow the same standards everywhere. The interior and all that will all be same, and standardization is there, uniformity is there at every coffee house of Starbucks. Then employees loyalty and satisfaction, that is also a very strong point, strength of the organization, because the employees are paid well, they are given loans for their education, their studies are sometimes totally fully funded by the Starbucks company. So employees are quite satisfied. They have their strong loyalty, and when employees are satisfied, they serve the customers nicely. That helps in creating a strong customer base and maintaining it further. Okay. Then you have something called the next trend, that is that it has is effective strategic planning and reinvestment strategies. It has very strong reinvestment strategies. Whatever profit it gets, it reinvests into new locations, new business, new products, new additions to the product that it is having. Then it also adopts discriminatory practices. There is no kind of discrimination, either gender or income or any kind of discrimination is not practiced at all in the organization. These are the strengths that it has. However, any organization on this entire earth will have definitely some or the other weakness. Even human beings, whoever is it, let it be anybody, any XYZ person, everyone will have some strengths, some weaknesses. They will have some opportunities to improve themselves, they might have some threats as well. So Starbucks also has weakness, where ineffective and higher pricing. Sometimes people feel that its pricing is quite high and not everyone can buy it. So that's a weakness of the company. They should come up with some new variants where they can offer low price goods, low price coffee as well for certain category of people. Then generalized standards for its products, that is also weakness, where they adopt general standards. Sometimes people feel that they should get customized also. Then it did some tax avoidance in Europe. That was a weakness of the company. Unethical procurement, uh, uh, the procurement of raw material, the coffee beans and all which it gets. There also sometimes, a few decade back, there were unethical procurements where they did not buy it from proper reliable farmers sources. Okay. Then it had to recall its products. Some of its products were recalled because they were not of good quality, or whatever they mentioned, it was not as per the specification of the label which was for the product. And then imitability of its products. Any organization can imitate its products. They can come up with, the competitors can come up with similar types of products. So that's a weakness of the company, that its products can be imitated. Then it has certain opportunities where it can get into expansions, global expansions into developing markets like China, India, the developing countries that we have. Then it can think about business diversification and product specifications. It can diversify its business, add up more products to its portfolio. Then strategic tie-ups it can have across the globe with, in different countries it can have strategic tie-ups to um, further grow and expand. The threats that it has is, like, there is an aggressive market competition. Starbucks has competition from our local brand Cafe Coffee Day, and then you have local coffee retail outlets, Kadak Chai and all those, in Hyderabad especially we have seen. So those local vendors that you have for tea or coffee, they also are competitors. So there is an aggressive competition in the market. That's a threat for the company. Effective pricing strategies of competitors. The competitors are offering the coffee at 20 rupees, 30 rupees, whereas the Starbucks is charging 120, 150. So people, there that's a threat when competitors are offering better prices. Then imitation of product is also a threat for the company, because anybody can copy it. Socio-cultural threats and movements. Sometimes people do have problems. People go against the labeling warnings. They say that whatever is mentioned in the label, it is not right. Your product is not as per the specification of the label. So those also, then that so that is a kind of threat. And finally, the threats like COVID-19, which facing right now. Anything can happen anytime. So pandemic like this one that we are having right now, many of the coffee houses of the Starbucks are closed or not operating, or operating at half capacity. So these kind of environmental factors can happen or take place anytime. So this is like SWOT analysis for Starbucks company. So you also, when you do your product, you should try to have your SWOT analysis in the form of this matrix. You don't need to explain too much of it, but if you can make this matrix, it will give us an idea that what is the speciality, what is the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat of your business idea. Okay, now we are going to have a breakup room. there will be different breakup rooms on the names of these companies, that is Microsoft, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Amazon, Oyo, Reliance Digital, and Maruti Suzuki. All of you are again going to be going to back to breakup rooms. It will be random selection. So whichever room you're getting into, you have to do the SWOT analysis for that particular company. So let us assume that if you got into Microsoft breakup room, then you discuss about the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of Microsoft company. Same way,
Only
if
two.
you, yes, yes, all of you means you can discuss among yourselves, each
Yeah,
one of
and
you.
you have to add only two strengths, two weaknesses, two opportunities, and two threats, because you get only 2 minutes to work on it.
Yes, right. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear about the breakup activity.
So shall I do it, ma'am, or shall I wait?
Yes, ma'am. Please, Sirisha, ma'am, you can start doing it. Maruti Suzuki, you can discuss the strength.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Anju ma'am, we are back.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also back. Um, we had a nice discussion regarding the SWOT analysis for Coca-Cola company, and
Wow.
the students, they came up with very good ideas, with very good points, valid points. That was
Absolutely.
actually actually it was an interesting discussion. And what about other rooms?
Yeah,
How was it?
we had a nice discussion on McDonald's, and just to let you know, I used to work with Coca-Cola some few years back, so I would like to hear what you talk about.
We discussed several strengths of it, and then we were
Oh,
discussing the major competitor of it is Pepsi,
yes,
and people these days are quite conscious about health. They don't want a lot of sugar content, and that's why it came up with Diet Coke. All those points were put up. Those were good points.
good, good, good. So I'm sure, likewise, all the other groups would have had to, do the SWOT analysis about various companies where they, whichever were given to them.
Yes, right.
Yes,
Everyone.
we had with the Reliance Digital, and the group I had was excellent group of children, ma'am. It was indeed a very good session, and I'm pretty sure they have even written it on a piece of paper. Reliance being a very familiar name and having big pockets, and when they ventured into this telecom sector, there were only few players. So all that we discussed, how it was an opportunity, how it was a threat, and especially with the Treuares regulations and all, how it can be a big entry barrier as a threat. So we have discussed that all. I hope they have also enjoyed the session.
Nice.
Okay, so I think still some people are, I'm not sure whether everyone got back to the main room.
I think everybody is back.
Okay, everybody's back.
Sirisha ma'am can confirm to
Ma'am
us.
Kalpana Patel here. Ma'am Kalpana Patel here.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, the student Varun Somani has put up the strength and weaknesses in chat box. You can read it. It was a quite interactive, and the student came up with good idea, and then I just really enjoyed with them that they just came up with the threat. The threat is very important part of this, because
Absolutely.
we are facing the situation nowadays, and we need to come out, we have to convert this threat into the opportunity and just move on. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving such an opportunity with the students.
Our pleasure. We are glad that you all have enjoyed it and that mentors have taken part along with the students, which was fantastic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Anju ma'am, please continue.
Ma'am, can you see my screen, or should I share it once again?
We can.
Okay. Okay. So now, whenever you present your business plan, see, you have different. We understood what is a business plan, what are the components of business plan, but when you present it to someone, so you have to present it in different ways. There are 4 different ways of presenting it. One thing, the first way of presenting is discussed over here is elevator's pitch. Elevator pitch. So basically, when I say elevator pitch, it means it's a kind of very short, could be 3 minutes summary, where you try to give the brief information about your product it's through a persuasive speech, where you try to persuade the listener or the particular investor that they should take interest into what you are offering. So Monica ma'am, would you like to add up something more to elevator pitch?
Yeah, I would just like to, tell the students the word elevator itself talks about what it is. You are in an elevator for about a minute or so when you're trying to move in from one floor to the another. And you imagine if you happen to meet an investor in the elevator, how are you going to convince that, the person, the investor in the elevator to invest in your business? So it is just about, that much time that you have to convince the investor. You are in an elevator moving from one floor to the other, You just happen to meet an investor. How are you going to convince him that my product is the one where you need to put your money in? That's exactly what an elevator pitch is.
Okay, so students, why we are stressing on elevator pitch is because those of you who qualify for the first round, where you, when after submitting your written plans, we are going to shortlist, we are going to check everyone's ideas, and we are going to see if you have met all the criteria that we have mentioned. Then you will be asked to prepare an elevator's pitch, where you have to give a video recording of your product, because physically we can't do it, so we are going to ask you to submit it virtually in the form of video recorded session, where 3 minutes, 3 to 5 maximum, I mean you can extend it by a few seconds or maybe a minute, not more than that. 3 minutes is the ideal time that you can have for elevator pitch. And then there is one more way of presenting the business plan, that is a pitch deck with oral narratives. So when I say pitch deck with oral narratives, it means you're going to do the slideshow and you're going to orally explain each slide, or you can have narratives written down as well for each slide. Okay, so that is pitch deck with oral narrative. Then another format of presentation that you have is written presentation, where you have a proper detailed presentation with all the details of the plan in depth. Okay, that is written presentation for external stakeholders like banks, financial institutions who are outsiders. For outsiders, you have to showcase yourself, you have to showcase your idea, you have to highlight these strengths, you have to tell how the business is expected to grow in future, and how it is going to be not like how the risk will not be too much. So somehow you have to present the best things when you go to external stakeholders. And then the next format of business plan presentation is internal operational plan, wherein you prepare where you prepare a plan for your own employees for the purpose of internal planning, where no outsiders is involved, only the internal employees, they will discuss with themselves. Okay, now I would like to share one elevator pitch with all of you, and after this we will have question answers session, and then we are done for the day. That's all. I mean, after question answer session we'll have vote of thanks and closing note, but from my side it will all be done after question answer session. So let me see and try out if I can if this I'll share my screen once again, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Children, be ready with your questions in case if you have any related to the competition or related to what ma'am has just shared about the components. You'll raise your hand and the host is going to unmute you, okay? Yes, Anju ma'am.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, I'm trying to see if it opens up. Just a minute.
Yeah. I hope this session has been, useful to all of you. Do not worry. Don't take it as a competition where you really, you should be thinking, oh, what should I do? No, this is a platform for you to enjoy and know about business plan. Yes, Anju ma'am, please go ahead.
Ma'am, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see. So this is an example of elevator pitch.
Anju ma'am, include the system audio.
I didn't get you, ma'am. Voice is not there.
No, ma'am. Before you share the screen, there will be option checkbox down there to include a system audio so that we can hear the video sound.
I will do that. I'll have to do it once again.
A checkbox will be there, ma'am.
I'm just trying to see that.
Once you click on share, a checkbox will come to your left hand side down there to include system audio. If you click on that, we can hear the
Okay, okay, let me see.
Otherwise, Monica ma'am, you can, if you know it, you can also share the video.
Anju ma'am, if it is possible, do it. Otherwise, we can share the link in the groups. No problem.
Yes, ma'am, that is also fine. But anyways, I'm not able to see that option for.
Okay. No problem. I think we'll just share it with the mentors and the mentors can share it with the students.
Yes, 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 right. That is
Okay.
also a good option
Yeah.
that we can have.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So from my side, the presentation part is over. This elevator speech we will share with the link with all the students so that they can see at their convenient timings whenever they want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Right?
So yes, students, you all can raise your hands, and if you have any questions, please let us know.
Yeah. Anybody who wishes to ask a question?
So, ma'am,
Yes.
this is Alekia.
Alexia, can you be a little louder, beta?
Yeah. We need to have the 4 P's in our business plan, right? So,
Yes.
how do we put the place? Like, our business doesn't actually exist. So,
No, what is the idea that you have?
It's a restaurant,
So
food truck,
restaurant,
actually.
okay, it's a food truck. So you are going to keep. I mean, every day you must have some plan that where you're going to keep your food truck, where it will be placed, which particular area you are going to cover up. Okay, it is definitely going to be at a place where you have to decide strategic places where, like, outside a shopping mall or outside a study center or something like that. So you have to mention those places, and where you're going to keep it for parking, that also has to be decided.
So, actual place, or we should describe the environment, or it
You
should be
can
an
give
actual.
actual also. You give a little bit brief description, and if you add up real places, that is also extremely good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Miss, this is Kanak Patel, and I wanted to ask if we need to do the analysis on daily basis, like day to day or month wise or something like that.
No. It is not needed day to day or month wise. Overall, what you feel that where will your business be after a certain period of time? There is no specific duration as such, 1 day or 1 month. It's usually when you set up a business, you do it for a long duration. So you think about it, like what will be my position after a year or after 6 months, something like that.
You have to take it hypothetically that if I'm going to run this business for a 3 months period, so whatever analysis, whatever planning you're showing it to us, you can say plan for a period of 3 months. Okay.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions, students?
Varun.
Ma'am,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Ma'am, should I speak or would Varun like to continue?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead, and after you, Varun can speak.
Okay. Ma'am, I actually had a doubt, like my business plan was to sell organic products. Like, for example, the snacks or the things we have are really unhealthy and they're really bad. I mean, because they're not that good as the organic products. And so my theme was to set up organic products and sell them, like keto chips or keto stuff. So ma'am, for this I had a doubt, like how should I execute the plan, or how should I execute it in a way?
Monica ma'am, would you like to answer?
Yeah, okay. Nirmaan, see, you've chosen a product, right? A product, you've chosen it as an organic food. You will have to look at it, as ma'am has mentioned, those components, you remember? Out of those components, at the very first stage, you will have to look at the SWOT analysis. What is going to be your strength? What is the weakness? Who are your competitors? How can you take your business forward? And the 4 P's are very important, where you will write the description of the product and what is the place that you're going to sell, at what price, and how are you going to promote it. So this is your first level. And then depending on at what level are you going to start your business. Are you looking at a small community where you're going to start the business? Then how
Yes,
many,
ma'am.
yeah, so how many people
Ma'am,
you need? 2 people or 3 people, like that. So organization structure then comes into picture.
Yes, yes. So
ma'am, I have
yes.
Ma'am, I have two kind of business plan. This is the first one, and another one is where the people who cannot are really unemployed or are facing some disputes, or like, they are cancer patients, or they can actually give the skill where we can, for example, I'm holding a workshop for them to say that these are the things you can manufacture, so in free time they can do this as an activity and give us, and we'll provide it to the we'll provide society or the people who are going to take. So can this come under a business plan, or can we add this as a
Yes,
business
it
plan?
can. It can. Yes. Yes, excellent. It can.
That's a very good business idea, actually, which is like you are going to. It's kind of multi-benefit. Multi-benefit means multiple parties are going to get benefited because of it. Your idea will be executed. Those who are not having any jobs, at least they will have some source of earning where they actually don't have alternate sources of earning. So they are going to get some money. And yes, if you are good at marketing, you can sell those products. You can market those products nicely. If you highlight these products are being made by those specific type of people, people will buy it out of empathy. People will buy it because of emotions. People will
We
buy it for social welfare.
absolutely. We
Okay. So,
ourselves,
ma'am,
Noreen, I just
uh,
to add out here, Green Treasures that you see, one-stop souvenir shop led by the students of Meridian School, Madhapur. This is exactly what they do. They teach how to make products to the housekeeping staff. They buy stuff from the NGOs and then they promote it and sell it. So, we are actually, and it's been 3 years that we've been running this business since 2017. So your idea is excellent. Please go ahead with it.
okay, ma'am.
Pursue it.
So,
Yeah.
ma'am, how many pages the the project should be when we submit
For
in
all the
PDF?
students, children, please remember that your business plan is supposed to be for this particular competition. We are requesting you all to be, it has to be between 3 to 5 pages. Okay. And whatever the components ma'am has shared with you, you can choose which is important to your business idea. Take those components and write about it. And then you need to show some brevity in your words that should give us an idea what is exactly your business about. So as example Nuren said about organic food. Now for organic food, it is very important that the 4 P's of marketing have been covered very nicely, more than the organization structure. Okay, so like that you have to look into the finance part, the marketing part, the production part, and accordingly take it. You need not include all 10 components in the business plan because we have restricted you to 3 to 5 pages. Okay. Yes, Varun,
Okay,
I
ma'am.
think you were waiting to ask your question. Please
Yeah,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
Thank you
Ma'am,
so much, ma'am.
ma'am, so if you're making a business plans of 3 to 5 pages, so where we need to submit it and how?
There is an email ID which has been given to you, beta. We will share it again. It is meridianmadhapur.competition@gmail.com. You have to write it and convert it into a PDF and send an email by 5th of September. Okay.
And ma'am, if we have only one business plan of 3 to 5 pages, will that suffice?
Yes, you have to submit only one business plan.
Only one is needed. Only one business plan is needed.
No, I got confused. Actually, I got confused. No in between, so I asked.
No problem. No problem. You have to submit only one business plan.
One business plan.
You're asking, Nuren, that we need to create a video and record it? No, not right now. You don't need to do that. You have to put it in Word, convert it into a PDF, and email it to us at this stage. Business plans will be read out to experts, and the experts are going to shortlist them. The shortlisted candidates will be sent a request to submit an elevator pitch. At that time, you will send it, in a video form. Okay.
So for now, we only need to give in the pages form.
Nurendra,
Okay.
see you in a minute. Shanmukha wanted to know if we can type. Yes, you can type, children. It has to be typed in Word and converted into a PDF. Okay? Yes. Yes, it is the email ID from where you got the Zoom meeting details. Well, we will give you the email ID once again, no problem. Okay?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah, anything else, children? Or mentors, if anything else, anybody, I mean, anybody, if anyone has any doubt regarding the business plan competition or anything related. Is there any one more session? If you need it, you please send us a request. We'll try to look into it if we have many requests. Okay. Ma'am, if we type, then can we create cover page? Yes, you can. You can create a cover page. Yes, the first page has to be a cover page. It can be children. You can even use a PPT to create your plan. That's not a problem. But at the end of it, you have to convert it into a PDF. Okay. And remember the line gap, the word font size, everything, match it to the regulations that we have sent it to you. We've sent a file with all rules and regulations which talk about everything. Okay.
Okay, students, I have shared the email ID that is to be used. If in case over the chat you can see it's Meridian Madhapur .competition@gmail.com. This is the email ID that you have to officially send your business plans to. Okay.
Ma'am, if we include a consumer survey, it should be included in the 5 pages, or we can take an extra page for that or something like that.
Customer survey, the format are you talking about?
No. If we include a consumer survey, should it be included in the 5 pages? I mean, is it restricted to 5 pages or
It
like
will go to appendix,
can we?
ma'am. It will go to appendix.
Okay, appendix. Okay.
Yeah. It is not mandatory to add SWOT analysis. Somebody is asking that, do we have to add? It is not mandatory. It all depends upon your business idea. You know, how, if you want to support it with SWOT analysis, please go ahead and do it. What is it, man, on the 5th September, like there is one particular time we have to give by the day end. You can give it to us by 12 a.m. 11:59 p.m. should I put it across? Yeah. Biodegradable.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I think we are done with the question and answer session also. It was indeed an excellent session and very well presented, Anju ma'am. Hats off. And all the children, all the participants, all the mentors, we are really grateful that you have participated in this event, and definitely it will teach you something new. You know, it's a new learning that you'll be doing while participating here. So as Monica ma'am already mentioned, winning and losing, just leave that away from your mind. Focus on what you are doing. You're supposed to prepare a business plan. And you know what, keeping the current scenario, socio-political scenario in mind, I would like to quote something which army people usually quote: sweat in peace or bleed in war. And you know what, this is not only what defense forces do, but this is something that the business faculties also do. Every business person, every entrepreneur plans a lot because they believe in staying during peacetime and avoid bleeding in the war. So planning is the foundation of every business, any major business. And when all the business people, when the entrepreneurs, when they plan well, they are even able to make up with the unforeseen circumstances with something which we are facing currently, the pandemic. So needless to say, the local people, the Atmanirbhar, what our Prime Minister is vocalizing and telling us again and again. And if we go back in history, we'll see that we Indians were actually very good at business. So why not again? Once again, this is an excellent opportunity for one and all, for the mentors to guide their prodigies and all of you children to experience this entire event as a learning step. Okay, this is just a very small level. I should not be using this word small, but yes, this is just the beginning, because once you learn, there's no looking back. Success will always follow you. So I hope you have a lot of takeaways, and we at Meridian believe in being in touch forever. Any questions, any queries we have, anyhow, shared our email with you. So you can reach out to us through your queries, just in case you have really genuine queries about it. And we'll be eagerly waiting to receive your business plans on your chosen field, your skill set, or your service sector, or whatever, as Noreen was very vocal about sharing his thoughts about, connecting people. So we in Meridian believe in connecting the mind and the heart, and Noreen, you are doing it well by connecting to people, bringing the products from the rural areas or the organic best products which are good for health to other consumers. So excellent, children. It was an excellent experience for me also in the break rooms where we met, where I met with 5-6 children and discussed about Reliance Jio. So it was all very good. You're all very bright individuals. So let me give you a virtual clapping. So all the best, all the very best to all the participants. Thank you, Monica ma'am. Thank you, Anju ma'am. Thank you, all the mentors. And look, a small event done by Meridian has connected the entire India. We have participants and mentors from Delhi, Mumbai, and many other parts. So forgive me if I am omitting your name, but it has been indeed very good, connecting time here. Over to Monica ma'am.
Thank you, Ritu ma'am, and my heartfelt gratitude to all the mentors and the students who've actually taken out time and joined us today, and hope that the session was useful. And we are always available, as Ritu ma'am said, that any query, anything that you feel that yes, you need help out there, please reach out to us. We will be there to help you. It's not about, just